Battle joins me now. He's a former Scotland Yard Detective Chief Inspector and former head of the Scotland Yard Paedophile Unit. Look, thank you very, very much for joining us and giving us some insight in this.
Thank you.
I'm going to start with your views, in your experience, as to whether or not paedophiles can ever be rehabilitated.
I don't think they can. We're entirely reliant on them resisting what to them is natural urges, and to us and civilised society are entirely unnatural urges. We're completely reliant on them not doing what they think is okay.
Yeah, and that, I think, is a really, really important but difficult point to make, which is that for a lot of these people, they have... they would say, anyway, that they have compulsions, and it's almost, and I'm not of this view, but it's almost like a diminished responsibility thing. Is that what they claim?
They do. I mean, the simple fact of the matter is that there are certain types of people that they find attractive, and that will never, ever be acceptable to us. And what this has shown is that the system is just not fit for purpose. Glitter was convicted, as your reporters just said, of 4 offences, all of which potentially carry a life sentence. In addition to that, when he was in Vietnam, had he been convicted of the offence over there, he could have potentially faced execution by firing squad. It gives some sort of idea of the severity of the offences we're talking about and the impact it has on children's lives. And obviously, as they come forward and become adults, the impact it has on their life, full stop.
So what on earth is the parole board doing, even considering this guy for release in the first place?
I really don't know. I mean, he's been sentenced to 16 years. The standpoint is that you serve half your sentence. You know, I would beg the question, why don't you serve all your sentence and you're given remission if you actually behave well? Not that you go in there knowing that you've been sentenced to 16, but you're only going to do 8, because it's clearly not working. This man was first convicted when he was 53, and we have to be honest, he didn't wake up when he was 53 and decide to start offending. It's clearly happened before because it's who he is. And since then, he's been a prolific recidivist. He's done his best to travel the world to escape justice. He's been caught in numerous countries, banned from even more countries, and then comes back to the UK and is found guilty of horrific crimes against children.
Yeah, and he was jailed in 2015 for attempted rape, 4 counts of indecent assault, and 1 with having sex with a girl under the age of 13. I'm just rattling off a few bits and bobs here. What is the solution, though? Because I don't want to, hark back to medieval times. I know a lot of people are getting in touch to say, well, the death penalty is the only thing, and all of this stuff. And we have a death penalty debate every now and again when a case similar-ish to this rears its head. Where do you stand on what the adequate punishment should be? There are things like chemical castration, for example, or full life terms. I mean, what should we do?
I mean, when you've got somebody that serial offends as much as Gad does, whole life term, simple as that. He's committed multiple offences that carry a life sentence. Whilst he's been doing that, he's not shown any remorse. He's not pled guilty. He's still denying that he's a paedophile. He's clearly a danger to the public. And those that are saying, oh, the system works, it doesn't, because it took a media exposure for it to be brought to the attention of those people that manage offenders. And there's multiple cases of where repeat offenders have been let out early and they've gone on to cause real serious harm to innocent people. And this is yet another example that wouldn't have been exposed had it not been for the media. All
right, and just very finally, you think he should die behind bars?
Absolutely. So let him see out. The other thing we've got to bear in mind is that he's still going to be released in 8 years. If he's still with us, he's going to be released in 8 years, and there's nothing we can do about it, because that's what he was sentenced to, and that's if they don't have a second opinion and let him out because some do-gooder thinks that he's been rehabilitated.
Yeah, look, Paul, thank you very much. It's a fascinating insight, that. Paul